Hi, this is Olaf. Olaf, oh, and here comes another kitty walking over here. That would be Cody, oh, there's Cody. Okay, hi, hello. Hello, Mommy's trying to do a vlog. Yeah, I know. Okay, so I wanted to pop on here. It is late afternoon and introduce you to little Olaf, who is squirming to get away right now. That's exactly how I feel. So this little boy, we've had him about 5 years since we moved into our house. And this little boy is the reason that this coffee mug that is almost, oh, it's empty now. It's empty of coffee. This is going to be filled with wine tonight. So let me tell you a little bit about Olaf. Olaf is our only indoor-outdoor kitty. He started out as an outdoor kitty. He was a stray. He came and found us, and we searched for an owner for him. Nobody had lost a cat. We took him to the vet. He wasn't chipped, but he had been fixed. So he came from somebody's house, but after 2 months, he never left our property, and he started wanting to play with our kitties. They all got along, and so we ended up with a 4th kitty. And then when he got into his first kitty cat fight, not with my other kitties, with another kitty on the block, and we had to take him to the vet and paid the bill, he officially became ours. So he is a very avid hunter of birds and mice and rats. And this past summer, he has caught, I don't even know how many birds. Fortunately, I've been able to rescue most of them before he could inflict any damage, but there have been a few times where it was too late and they were already gone, and then we have to have the whole funeral thing and bury the birds in our backyard. So anyways, I'm not happy when he does that. I'm trying to figure out ways that I can keep him from doing that. So anyways, he's driving me to drink. This morning, after I got up and I was getting my kiddos ready for school, he was still in my bedroom because he likes to sleep in bed with me, right next to my head, preferably on the pillow, sometimes wrapped around my head. That is his favorite spot to be. So I had left my bed about 6:30 in the morning, got the kids off to school, and after I got the kids taken care of, then I called all my fur babies in to come eat breakfast. So it was probably around 8 o'clock, 8:30, and he came out of my bedroom and came and ate breakfast, and we did our little morning routine, and I let him go outside to go do his little patrol around the house like he needs to do. And I started working on cleaning house and paperwork, and I'm working out of the house today, so there was no need for me to get dressed. I was having a nice pajama day in my jammies. So there's a cat vomiting on my dining room table right now. On my table. No, 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 no. This is definitely gonna be wine. Where was I? All right, so it'd been a good 4 hours or so since he had left my bedroom when I went in there to finally go get dressed. And I realized that he had barfed in my bed. Now, not just barfed in my bed, he barfed up a good 6 to 8 inch worm in my bed. And it was still moving. So I had to glove up because obviously I'm going to have to take this specimen to the vet so they can identify it, so we can have the proper meds, so that we can make sure this does not happen again. and it doesn't happen to any other kitties, because God help me if I'm gonna have to find these guys all over my house. This is gonna be bad. So I put it in the Ziploc bag, still alive, cleaned up the mess. I may have to burn my sheets. And debated whether I should try to find him and catch him and take him to the vet, or just take the specimen to the vet and see if they could identify it. So while I'm trying to figure this out, I'm Googling, because I do what everybody else does. I'm Googling parasitic worms in cats to try to identify it is, so that I can figure out if this is something that's going to be passed on to humans. Do I need to suddenly take my children in to get dewormed too? Do I need to email the pediatrician? So anyways, I came to the determine that it was a tapeworm, and children, I should be fine. But obviously I'm gonna have to take him to the vet. As I'm Googling, I hear him come to the front door meowing to be let in. So I open the door to let him in, and I'm about to open the screen when I discover that he indeed has a small bird in his mouth. So I close the screen, and he's standing and blocking so that I can't open the screen to get out to get to him and rescue the bird, because if I do, he's gonna rush in with the bird in my living room, and I already have 3 other cats in there, and there's gonna be a bird flying all over my house, and the other cats are gonna catch it, and the poor bird would just, it was a death sentence for coming to my home. So I shoo him away from the door and get out there and run after him in my pajamas. Not just any pajamas, my blue seahorse pajama pants with my pink fuzzy bathrobe and bare feet. So I run down my driveway towards the backyard, because that's the direction he went with the bird, and he pops underneath one of our vehicles. So I'm trying to coax him out on my hands and knees in the driveway in my pink fuzzy bathrobe, and he's not coming out. He goes to another vehicle. So I'm running between the 2 vehicles, now yelling at him, trying to scare him so that maybe he'll drop the bird, because I could see that the bird was still alive. He was not letting the bird go. And he ran in a little space about this big between my neighbor's yard and my yard, where there's not a fence, and then it's a low fence from that. So I can see him on the other side, but I can't fit through here, and he can. And he's on the other side of the fence with this poor helpless bird, and he's not letting it go. So I start looking around for anything that I can throw at him, because I'm not wanting to run out into my front yard in my pink fuzzy bathrobe, and it's muddy on the other side, and I'm in bare feet, and I'm afraid if I go back in the house to go get my flip-flops, he's gonna take off, and then the bird would be gone. So I'm trying to save this poor bird's life. So I can't find anything that I can throw at him and not kill him with. So I finally found on our back porch water bottles that still had water in them that were sitting there waiting to be poured out into the garden and then go into the recycle can, which is a job of one of my children. So I grab the water bottle and I take the cap off, and I'm flinging water at him from the other side of the fence and yelling. And it kind of works. He dropped the bird tries to get away, he catches the bird again. So I'm running up and down one side of the fence, he's on the other side running with the bird. I'm flinging water over the fence at him with a water bottle, screaming like a crazy woman, and he finally drops the bird, and the bird is just playing dead. So I'm trying to get him far enough away from the bird that maybe the bird can actually get away. So I happen to look down the driveway, and our neighbor across the street from us has been doing construction on their house. And I see 2 construction workers sitting on the tailgate of the truck eating their sandwiches on their lunch break. And I realize that I am the lunchtime entertainment. So at that point I figure, well, the neighbors have seen me, I should run out there. So I ran out in the front yard, around the fence, into my neighbor's muddy yard in my bare feet and pink fuzzy bathrobe, and scoop up the cat before he can get away. And bird's okay, bird flitters off. So I grab the cat And it's obviously seen me, nothing I can do now. So as I'm carrying him in the house, I acknowledge them and tell them I am your lunchtime entertainment for the day. And then I went back inside my house and did not ever want to go out again. So it has been a day. So this is going to be filled with wine tonight. And Olaf might not be going outside ever again. And he's definitely going to the vet to get medicine because we don't want any more of those worms. So anyways, I hope you're having a better evening than I am. And if you're having your wine too, cheers and good night.